All right, welcome to the Sports Guys. Another edition. We have our weekend recap this week, and we have a special edition for you. We just got back from North Myrtle Beach. We're calling it the North Myrtle Beach Vibes Show. We're going to also get into some other sports stories. How you doing, Robbie?
Doing great. I have had the best month. I've been traveling and just enjoying myself, seeing a lot of cool places. Capped it off with a great trip to North Myrtle Beach. Had the best time, and I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Yep, I am too. We've both been off for a month. It's been really, really nice. Like Rob said, multiple trips. We've done just countless numbers of things. Anybody who's seen our Norway episode, you know that we did a lot of cool stuff over there. And then we're going to tell you tonight what we did in North Myrtle Beach, and we'll get into that. We also have a couple of other big stories. We got the Major League Baseball All-Star game Tuesday, and then before that, we got the Home Run Derby and the Skills Contest. We also have the finishing up of Wimbledon this weekend. We're going to talk about the Club World Cup final today between Chelsea and PSG that finished up.
A little surprising.
Yeah, a little surprising. Didn't see that one coming. And finally, we have the whole LeBron James saga, which has gotten even bigger now. There's 4 teams in the LeBron James sweepstakes, and he's apparently made it pretty clear behind the scenes that he wants to move on. So now it's just going to be which team can pull the deal off. So we'll get into that. And apparently Bronny is part of the package. It's going to be him and Bronny. So Robbie, any particular sports stories over the weekend catch your fancy?
Really enjoyed the Wimbledon finals, especially the men's. That was super competitive.
It was really good.
I watched that. That was great. It's a little slower time of the year for sports, but honestly, there's still some really competitive things and compelling stories going on. So doesn't really let up for us. It's pretty great.
You saw Alcaraz and Sinner play each other again. 2 months ago, they played in the final of the French, and Alcaraz got the better of Sinner in that one. But this time, Sinner turns it around and wins it. Gets his first Wimbledon title and his 4th major title. Both guys are 23 years old, and they feel like they're the 1 and 2 best players in the world. And it feels like there's a whole new changeover of kind of the old guard players, the Federers, and those types of guys. And it's now changed over to this new crop of really, really great 22, 23-year-olds. So it's interesting when you see these changeovers of dynasties, especially in sports like tennis. So that's fun to watch. And then I think the Club World Cup was a resounding success. You had a lot of the big clubs get all the way through to the semifinals. And then you had this epic matchup in the final, which was really fun to watch. President Trump was there to award the trophy, which was pretty cool to see and represent the country. And just, I think overall, all the cities that hosted did a fantastic job in that World Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fantastic.
And there was some really great soccer that was played. So North Myrtle Beach, what were the highlights for you? What were the big moments? What were the things most fun that you enjoyed?
It was a lot of fun. There was relaxation. There was good food, and a lot of fun. You know how I like my action events. We had a good time. We went jet skiing. We went river tubing, which was a blast. And we went to a water park, and that was just really fun. So got to do a lot of water rides and things like that. Met some interesting people, and like I said, had some great seafood. So it was really a fun time. And I hadn't been to North Myrtle in a while, and I forgot how cool it is there. I know that I saw it as a college kid, and I saw it through one lens. And then I saw it many years ago as an adult, and then now I see it as a dad with kids. And I appreciate it the most in that perspective of it's kind of like it offers a lot of what Orlando does without the long drive and, without some of the limitations, not as much money spent. You don't have to spend as much, and you can do a lot of the same things. So it was really fun. I had a great 4 days there.
It was really fabulous. Thank you so much for setting that up for us. We all had a really great time. It's interesting you say that about the different lenses. I've had 3 different lenses related to North Myrtle. We had the time we went down as college kids, and we had just a fantastic time. The city was nowhere near as grown up as it is now. It's really come a long way as a city. Then I took my kids when they were relatively little, like your kids' age, and we had a good time several times in North Myrtle. We really had a blast with the lazy rivers and all the great hotels. And then now, many years later, at least a decade later, now that my kids are grown up, I've gone back with you guys and seen it from a whole other perspective. So it's been fun to watch North Myrtle grow up.
Yeah, just enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was gonna. I thought it was gonna be kind of, I don't know, cheesy or something. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I can't wait to go back, to be honest.
Want to do a call out to Jeff Klein of River Island Adventures. It was really great talking to him. He runs a great operation there right on the river. We did that awesome river float, and he and his team were just fantastic. So I want to call out to him. I want to call out to all the folks that you see in the picture behind me right now. These were all mostly Ohio State fans with one Michigan fan in there, but they were really, really nice people. We loved talking to them, and hoping that they're going to be watching the podcast, and really had a lot of good time with them. And
super cool family.
It made the day just so much fun to have that type of group out on the river with us. So
met a really nice group of ladies. Can't remember where they're from, but they were super nice. They had a place down there, and they gave me a lot of feedback on what teenagers like to do down there and stuff like that. So it was very cool meeting a bunch of different people from all walks of life, and everyone had an interesting story, and it was cool seeing everyone on their vacation mode, and learned a lot about Myrtle in a short time, and made me really want to go back and visit.
We got into a little pickleball. We were at the pool several days. The pool was great. We did have a little bit of rain we had to work through, but overall everything was just fantastic. So very top-notch resort. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the Myrtle Beach photos and videos. Let's go check it out.
It's a ship. Let's see what this thing's about right here.
I had Seth on there with me, and Seth is 9 years old, and we were cruising. He was hanging on, and we were really blasting. We were going 85 kilometers an hour. I guess 52 miles an hour. It was a lot of fun. Really, really cool. All the guys there were really cool to get to work with, and they were very helpful. That they were taking that crane they were dredging some stuff off the bottom. They were dredging some stuff off the bottom to deepen a certain part that it probably had some filter filled up, making a shallow point in the water. Most people were digging out space to make sure the water was good enough. What's going on, man? What are we doing?
Jetskiing. Okay, let's go. Come on.
We are gonna go. What was your favorite part so far? Did we go fast?
Yeah. Did we go like 50?
We went pretty fast.
Yeah, let's go. We gotta go 50 this time.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, so they launched us off there. It was pretty cool. The resort we had, we played pool, putt indoor and outdoor. So we played indoor here. There's a lot to do in Myrtle Beach for kids and for teenagers. And yeah, it was really good stuff. This was at Barefoot Landing. Here we had dinner at Boardwalk Billy's. We had Low Country Boil and fried shrimp and all kinds of fun seafood items.
Hey. We're cruising down the river.
On the river, doing our river.
Here we go.
What do you think, Seth? Is it
where
comfortable?
Jeff and his team come in.
You're all lathered up with lotion?
Pretty fun. Just chilling. And almost time to break open the first beer, which is right there.
Yeah, we attached a little floating cooler to us. in.
It was a blast. It's quite an operation that Jeff has there. They have all kinds of things to offer, different types of survival packages, outdoor stuff. All right, hey guys.
Yeah, we're on our second float here.
Second run. We kind of know what we're doing now. We got our beer situated.
Guys, put your hands
Got 2
up for
paddles.
camera.
What's up? Hey. Who's gonna win the Natty this year? I think the Buckeyes have it there. Why not? No. Miami Dolphins? Maybe.
You're a Dolphins fan?
Dolphins? 72. 72 Dolphins.
You got like 10 quarterbacks.
We can hope for is the #1 draft pick next
I'm a
So that was some of the fun groups that we met. What's up, man? What do you got going on?
Slushy.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, we're going on the river run, and it's gonna be a lot of fun in a tube. We got the cooler going with Robbie, so it'll be fun.
A red slushy. I've only been to a buffet.
Cheers, everybody.
The only buffet I've ever been to is CC's.
This is bros. About the secret buffet.
I've only been to a buffet.
Cheers. And there's our cooler. That's the best news.
Yeah. Alright, so when y'all go around the bend, when you see land, go to the right. Paddle to the right.
Okay.
The right, the right, the right.
And there's our cooler. We're launching, second launch. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do. All right, we are launching. This was when they had come and gotten us on the boat and taken our tubes back up the river. You can see Jeff there in the background. He's telling some fun stories.
It's just a swimsuit. We take 2 people and put them in a swimsuit, and no socks, no shoes, no clothes, no
2
food,
people,
no
1
water.
swimsuit?
No, 2 people, 2 swimsuits.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And,
different show.
right? Yeah, and they can last 24 hours, and they pay $150 to play, and they last 24 hours. They want a $500 gift card.
So we got to go to downtown Myrtle, North Myrtle, where they had a huge band set up with a massive crowd and an armada of golf carts. It was kind of incredible, and we popped into the arcade there. We all we got to play a little bit of games and listen to this live music. We had some good pizza down there. Jess and I were here on the beach. We got our morning coffee and went out there, and we went to Myrtle Waves water park, and we had a blast all day. And it's the highest recommended one in the area. Okay, it was a lot of fun. And I took my GoPro on a couple of the rides. Harvey, let's go, man. No. Me and Steph going down. Oh, that's fun. Let's go. That's a fun ride. Yeah. That's the sound Jeff makes. So great. Duke, what's up?
Oh my gosh, that was
Jessica Lynn.
And this is for a perfume. I won for riding the ride.
Okay. Let's do it. Woohoo! Woo! Oh my God. Yeah. Roger, you spun around in the seat.
Yes, you did.
Area, and then you take up and down and lower right there. That was one of my favorite rides, I think.
Man, that does look like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Like a
Yeah,
blast. I had to head to Raleigh, so I wasn't able to catch the third day of the trip, but glad you guys had so much fun.
Yeah, we did.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do a call out to our sponsor for tonight, and that is Square, and they are the credit card processing company. Really happy to have them on board with the Sports Guyz, and they offer a solution that's so easy. You can plug their little mag stripe into your phone. You can plug it into your iPad. You can get the standalone station if you actually have a physical space for your business. Lots of different solutions and ways to do the Square solution so you can take credit card payments on the run or even in your location. So, Robbie, what do you think of Square, and what have you done in terms of interacting with it?
Oh, it's so great. I'm starting to run into it all over the place. Not only do they have POS systems, but they have the handhelds. But I think they really got a foothold in the mobile space with the ones that you can hook to your phone, and you can
Mhm.
either swipe the strip, I mean, or you can do the contactless, the chip reader, and
Mhm.
it's so useful. There's a couple of times recently that come to mind. One was we were in Oak Island at the beach, and they have this big festival thing every week, pretty much with live music, and they have all these vendors, and all the vendors were using them, and it was so cool to watch, and it's so useful because people are really not carrying cash much anymore.
Mhm.
And another thing was recently, my friend, a work colleague, she sells crafts at that kind of thing as well. And I helped
Mhm.
her pick out the Square contactless with the chip reader. And
Mhm.
she's going to use it at the next event. And she's so excited. So it's pretty cool. It's really
That's
cool.
great.
So
That's great.
useful. Great for your business.
It allows you to do the credit card swipe, but it has some other functionality I didn't know about. It allows you to keep customer profiles. It allows you to hook
Yes.
directly into your bank account. It actually has an accounting function, so you can actually do small bookkeeping for your business. All the different functions you can imagine you need in your back office. So Square is more than just a credit card swiper, but obviously that's what it's known for.
It's fantastic.
So guys, go to squareup.up.com and check out Square. You can get started. It's free software and free solution in terms of sign up. The only thing that costs money is the device itself. So, and they're actually relatively inexpensive. And then
Very inexpensive.
they take a small percentage of every transaction. So that's how they get paid. So really for you, it's almost free to sign up. So
And
you
my
really
colleague was up and running in minutes. It was crazy. It was so cool.
yeah, it is very cool. So guys, check out Square, and we'll see you guys next time.
See.
So this week's episode, North Myrtle Beach Vibes. This is the group that we went down that river on. Shout out to all of you guys. As we mentioned, we got the baseball All-Star game this week. We'll be getting into some of that. And of course, the Club World Cup final. We'll get into both semifinals and the final, what happened in all those things. And we'll talk about the LeBron situation. I do have some of the better photos, I thought, here in the North Myrtle Beach trip, and you saw them also in Rob's presentation. What a fun time that was. And the
Yeah.
river float, of course. What a group and what a blast it was. Drop us a comment, guys. Have you guys been to North Myrtle Beach? Are you planning a trip there? Do you want to go there? Just drop us a comment. Tell us what you think. All right, some of the NBA offseason moves. July 7th, Orlando Magic star Paolo Banchero was given a 5-year maximum rookie contract extension. He gets $287 million.
That's a lot of
Robbie,
money.
I just can't believe the money some of these guys are getting who've really done very little in the league.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's that max contract guy. I don't maybe
He's
I mean, I know
good,
he's
but
very good. He's very good. We've been
but
watching him since college, but I don't know. Maybe.
there have only been 3 players in NBA history to get the max contract off their rookie deal, and that was Luka, Trae Young, and now Paolo Banchero. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure he would be one of my guys I would pick
Is
out
he
to.
really in that group? I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
was shocked. I think Orlando's going all in. We've talked
They
about
are.
that last week.
And I like that
And
part of it. And they want to keep their nucleus together. These guys like playing together.
right,
They've built something special. They haven't been good in a long time. And they know you can't let your good guys walk.
my head's just swimming with all the numbers with some of these
Yeah.
guys who
That's
really
tough.
have
That's
done
a tough
nothing.
one to sign. That deal right there is tough to swallow.
You're in the league for like 2 or 3 years and you get these max contracts. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. July 8th, Wizards, they traded Kelly Olynyk to the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs, again, are one of those teams that are trying to build and feel like they needed that extra big man. So the Wizards got a couple players plus a second-round pick in 2026. So interesting for him. He goes to probably a better situation. The Wizards might be the worst team in basketball this coming year. And then this was an interesting situation. Nikola Jokic's agent has informed the team that he's not going to seek a contract extension this year. He's going to wait one more year, according to league sources. And a lot of people think that's because the dollars keep getting reset every year. So he can make a lot more next year. What are your thoughts about what would be the strategy to do that? I mean, he could blow his knee out. I guess he just wants to wait for the market to reset.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble. I've seen it go both ways in these kind of cases. For me, I'm not fooling around with Jokic. I'm signing him.
Well, no, he wants to wait. They wanted to sign him.
No, I know. I'm doing whatever it takes to try and get him solidified. So I'm sending my best person that he's friends with to go talk to him. I'm sweetening up the deal somehow. I'm going to find something that is a soft spot for him and try and talk him into,
I could not agree more. Could not agree more. Even if you want to give him.
They just haven't gotten him much help. So he goes into these playoff situations and they're all doing great. And then
they actually did this offseason.
Really well. They did a little bit. I felt like that for the first time they're trying, but it's just never quite enough.
So another thing, the Lakers could trade LeBron and Bronny James to the Warriors in a bold blockbuster deal. This would put James with Steph Curry in the twilight of both of their careers. How do you think that pairing would go?
So I heard a lot of analysis on this today, actually, and it's kind of all over the map. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of really smart people that I respect are saying that LeBron is they're all sending mixed signals because he's showing as many indicators that he's going to stay as that he's going to go. So who knows? There's a lot of trickling out from the different camps on all sides of the issue. So
he's not acting very happy. He's not acting very engaged. He's
not happy, but at the same time, I don't know that he's happy with his options. So I think that it's 50-50 right now. If you're going to be honest.
Apparently there's 4 teams now that are in the LeBron sweepstakes. There's the New York Knicks. There's the Golden State Warriors. There's the Miami Heat for him to go back there for a second time. And then there's the Dallas Mavericks. And apparently all 4 of those, according to insiders, they think are viable for different reasons. So,
yeah.
And of course, option 5 would be to stay with the Lakers. So,
which
we're going to see.
It's equally likely of him leaving as staying with the Lakers at this point.
Possibly. I think it's now more likely this week that he is going to leave. I don't know where he's going to go and what kind of blockbuster deal we're talking about, but I'm thinking more and more that he's not happy in Los Angeles, then he's going to end up going with Bronny somewhere. I'm
just not sure anybody can truly afford him.
Yeah, that's true. Can they afford him?
Spot, bringing Bronny James and I don't know.
Drop us a comment, guys. Which of those 5 options do you think he's going to end up taking? I'm curious what you think. So on July 9th
would be the most intriguing, I think.
Yeah, they would. That
would be the most interesting.
On July 9th, Jordan McLaughlin agreed to a 1-year, $3 million deal to join the Spurs. The Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker agreed to a 2-year, $145 million max extension, the biggest in history on a per-year basis, $72.5 million per year. That's just unbelievable. And then Oklahoma City then signed Chet Holmgren to a max deal. So they've now got 2 guys with max deals. And this is what happens after you win a championship. You end up having to sign everybody. Any thoughts about some of these moves and some of these teams that are maxing out their extensions?
I think these teams are realizing that the only way you get better is to keep your guys in place and then just try to add through the draft and possibly free agency. But it's really hard to get one of these max contract guys to come your way. And when you get one, you got to sign him. So I think that's really kind of what's going on here is you're
The other
locking
thing
up
is
some of your most important pieces.
the other thing is OKC and Phoenix and some of the smaller markets, San Antonio. Like you said, it's hard to get those guys, and they need to hold on to them really tight. Even Denver, because they're not Los Angeles, they're not New York, they're not Golden State, and so if they get one of these guys, they've got to find ways to lock them up, and that means max.
The only one of these that surprised me was I thought Devin Booker was going to be on the move. I genuinely did.
He's good, but is he a $72 million guy?
No.
72?
No.
Whoa.
No, he's good, but he's not that good.
He's really good, but I don't see him as
really
their franchise foundation. I see him as like a good number 2 or number 3.
I don't know almost anybody I'd pay $72 million to.
That's right.
I'm not sure.
LeBron's making 54 this year, way below that. So
yeah,
I don't know. Some of these moves really are head scratching for me, but it's just the market just keeps getting reset and reset and reset every single year, which is why Jokic is waiting a year. So
yeah, I guess.
I can't imagine what he's going to get next year.
I think there might be more to it too. Like he might not be super happy with some of the handling of some of the guys around him, some of the direction of the team. There could be some things that he said, look, I need to see progress in this area first.
It's possible. Let's look at the FIFA Club World Cup as it comes to a conclusion. It was a great tournament. I think, like I said, all the host cities did a really fantastic job. The first semifinal, Fluminense from Italy played Chelsea out of England, 2-0 win. Chelsea controlled the game from beginning to end, was by far the better team. Fluminense looked a little bit out of their league.
That's right.
And felt really strong that Chelsea was the best team. And, obviously having picked them to win the whole thing, I felt really good about them. And then PSG comes on and does something I never thought was possible. They blew Real Madrid off the stadium floor.
Yeah.
4-0. And I really thought this was going to be a great game, maybe even go to PKs or something like that. So
it should have been an awesome game, and PSG just wore them out.
Any thoughts about that? Why that happened? I mean, Real Madrid has all these superstars on there, and
I think Real Madrid thought they had them beaten relatively easily, like they were going to walk through it, and they didn't have that fire that day.
Mm-hmm.
And everything started going right for PSG, and they just whooped them.
And every shot they put up went in. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So, and they just had a couple of really great blasts from outside the box. And congratulations to both of these teams for making the final. Well, speaking of a game that should have been competitive but was not, and that was the final today.
Yeah.
Where Chelsea took care of PSG 3-0 and could have been more. And PSG just looked completely outclassed. They looked like they had concrete in their shoes. And Chelsea was by far the best team. It wasn't even close.
Yeah. It was 3-0 by halftime.
Any thoughts about this game and why it wasn't competitive?
Just excellent play by Chelsea. I mean, I don't think you can take much away from them. They just played really well today, and I think they got Paris Saint-Germain went on a day they weren't ready or something.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. I don't know.
Not sure.
Chelsea was by far the best team. Congratulations, Chelsea. This guy there in the middle, Cole, actually won MVP of the tournament and MVP of the final game. And, of course, he got to hold all 3 trophies. He got the golden ball, the MVP of the game, and got to hold the trophy for the World Cup. So
that's cool.
He had a pretty good day.
I guess I'd put it another way. I think when Paris Saint-Germain got past Real Madrid, they said, that was our really hard one.
I think that's what happened. I really do. I think
they said, this will be easier than that one. And they ran into a buzzsaw.
I think that they let off the gas after they beat Real Madrid. I agree.
They would never admit it, but I think that's what happened. Like if you're going to explain it a certain way.
They looked totally unprepared. They only got 2 shots on goal.
Yeah.
They just didn't look prepared for this game. I don't know what happened. So Unfortunately, I was looking forward to a really close game, but again, congratulations, Chelsea. They really handled business. So you like this format? You like this type of tournament in between?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I really like it too. I think they did a great job. I'm excited that it's on the calendar now. Let's talk about Wimbledon. You had the final of the women. Unfortunately for the American woman, who this was her first major, it really looked like it. Anisimova is her name. And this is her. She's been coming up slowly the last 2 years, and had beaten some really great players to get here. Even beat Sabalenka, who was a lot of people thought was going to win this tournament. Beat her in the semis, and she just looked very nervous. She looked very out of her league, and could barely win a point. It was really kind of.
It was one of those days, where everything went wrong, and then starts to get in your head. And then you start doubting yourself, and then you get whooped.
She was very gracious in the speech afterwards. She obviously got the second place plate, which was a big honor. And she talked about how fun this tournament was and how she was proud of how she played. She's sorry she couldn't put up a better showing today, but that, she feels like she'll be back and she'll improve. And, real young player. So.
And I think SgZ&x gave a good speech as well. She was saying how she's had a fantastic tournament and she has a lot to be proud of. And today didn't go how she wanted, but she's making fantastic strides. She'll be back again. She's an excellent player, so she was very gracious.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't a competitive final, but it was a great tournament up to that point.
SgZ&x had a lot more experience. Obviously, she's won several majors and she's been in a bunch of finals. It really showed today.
It showed, yeah.
Anna looked very, very nervous. Her lips were quivering a couple of times. Her hands were quivering. You could just tell she was really nervous.
Yeah, the wheels start coming off, and you get really nervous when you're freaking out a little bit.
That's right. So this was pretty cool. There was 3 UVA Cavaliers in the Wimbledon tournament. The first one was Chris Rodish. He qualified for Wimbledon, having to win 3 matches in the qualifying rounds. So he basically got in via a qualifying tournament, which was really cool. And then he won his first round match and then lost in the second round. But that was really a nice run for him. He even qualified for Wimbledon by having to win the qualifying tournament. So it was pretty cool to see that. So Chris, hopefully he'll be back and he'll improve. Emma Navarro, a prominent UVA tennis player, 2-time national champ, got to the quarterfinals and lost to Sabalenka, who then eventually lost to Anna, of course. And then Danielle Collins also got to the quarterfinals and was also a national champ for UVA. And she lost to the eventual champion, SgZ&x. So, no shame there that Emma and Danielle lost to those 2 great players.
Yeah, it was a really good tournament. And obviously Virginia had a good showing.
Thoughts about Virginia and kind of the tennis pipeline they've got for the men and women right now?
It's pretty great to see. I mean, this is a huge stage. The princess was there. It was cool. All these champions were in the stadium today for the men's, and it's just a really cool tournament, Wimbledon.
Do you think Emma and Daniel will be able to get over the SgZ&x and the Sabalenkas one day? I mean, it feels like they're always there.
Danielle is very near retirement, so she may not be able to. Emma's really new in her career, but she has some experience now. So I feel like those 2 are on very different paths. If Danielle has too many more shots at it, I don't know, but I think Emma will get back up there again.
I agree with that. I think Emma has the best chance out of these 3 to actually make some noise and get to a final or something like that. Matter of fact, she took Sabalenka to 3 sets, so she was looking pretty good.
Don't get me wrong. I think Danielle's still got a lot of good tennis in her, but I don't think she's going to play much longer. So
yeah, I think that's right. She has back issues and other injuries. So
yep.
So in the men's final today, Sinner, the Italian, who was the #1 seed in this tournament, ended up beating last year's champion Alcaraz from Spain. These 2 guys played 2 months ago in the French Open final, and Alcaraz won that one. And they've been kind of going back and forth for a while now. And most people feel like these are by far the 2 best players in men's tennis. And interestingly enough, Sinner's the first 23 or younger player who's made 4 straight major finals. And so that shows you how well he's playing right now. Interestingly enough, the American man who made it the furthest played him in the quarterfinals and took him to 5 sets. So, he had a really nice showing against Sinner, but eventually Sinner does win this tournament. Any thoughts about the match today?
I watched the whole thing. It was fantastic. I was amazed at the different styles. They had very different styles. But it was interesting to hear them. They're friends off the court. So they've become friends anyway. And they had very gracious speeches. Alcaraz has a more powerful ground strokes, but he also has a chop backhand that's really deadly and effective. And Sinner did not let him use that today. Sinner's ground strokes were not quite as powerful, but very similar in the power. But I was really impressed with Sinner's serving.
His serve was incredible today.
His serve was incredible. They were serving 137 miles an hour.
Did you notice how much taller he is than Alcaraz? You could just tell it. Like
he was a very tall, lanky. They could get to everything.
He's 6'4".
They are so athletic.
He's 6'4", yeah.
And the serve was incredible on both sides. Both guys were crushing the ball. I was amazed that second service, they were hitting it 109 miles an hour on their second serve.
I know.
So, I mean, that's incredible. Back in the day, if you hit it 100 miles an hour, you were crushing the ball. That was your first serve.
Right.
These guys are hitting it 137 miles an hour on their first serve.
Can you imagine returning 137? You can't return it if you're a normal player.
I can't imagine it.
There's no way.
It was impressive how Sinner took Alcaraz out of his game that he wanted to play. And he was running him side to side to side to side. It was wild. And he didn't let Alcaraz use the shots he enjoys doing the most, and he sort of took his power away by really doing a lot of angles.
I thought it was a really well played final. Sinner finally against Alcaraz, and he hadn't the last couple of matches, but he did today. He finally got a couple of really important breaks, especially in set 3 and set 4.
They were huge.
And Alcaraz just couldn't recover after he broke him a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I think Sinner is a better server, and I think that ended up being decisive.
Yeah, I mean, the service was really important because Sinner could hold serve, and he broke Alcaraz a couple different sets, and that was just kind of the difference in the match. But Alcaraz is very strong mentally. He's come back from being 2 sets down before, 2-1. So I thought he was going to make a hard push toward the end, but Sinner slammed the door when he had a chance.
Super cool that these guys are friends off the court, and that can you imagine, like, they can train together, then go out and hit together. This is the guy you've got as your training partner.
And it was pretty cool. Alcaraz's speech was very what I liked about it was he said, I'm really happy for Sinner, for Jannik Sinner, that it's very nice to see what a wonderful team he has around him. And they both spoke of their team, and what they mean is their family, their coaches, people that have supported them coming all the way up, and they call that their team, and their team all sits in the same box. And so at the end, Sinner went up and got to be with his team and hugged everyone in his box, and Alcaraz was applauding, and he said, I was so happy to see he has such a good team around him. And so they obviously have a lot of respect for each other. And also, Alcaraz got to thank the King of Spain to come watch, and that was a pretty cool moment. Yeah,
that was cool.
So, very good match. It was extremely exciting.
I really enjoyed Wimbledon this year. I watched a lot of the tennis, especially last week. I was watching, the quarters and the semis, and it really was fun to watch this year. I enjoyed it.
Well, I don't know about you, but anytime I watch Wimbledon and Roland Garros, I've been to both of those venues. I always think back to my time there.
Absolutely.
And just feeling the grass and going to Roland Garros and just watching the clay.
But I mean, Roland Garros is great and the U.S. Open is great, but I'm sorry, there's nothing like Wimbledon. I mean, it's the ultimate.
I agree. You're playing on grass. I mean, it's just So incredible.
It's the ultimate.
And just the way the crowd is so cool. They're very formal, but
Right.
every now and then somebody will shout out something. Like they'll shout
let's-
out to the chair umpire or something like,
Yeah,
way to
that's true.
go.
And you see
then
all the
everyone
celebrities there. You see the
very
queens.
stuffy, but hilarious at the same time. It's cool.
Let's take a look at the MLB. This is news at the All-Star break. We are officially at the All-Star break, which is really the mid part of the season, and we kind of look at what's going on around the league. So this weekend in MLB, Paul Skeens, I know you talk about him quite often, and Tariq Skubal were named as the starting pitchers for the All-Star game. Byron Buxton celebrated his bobblehead day by hitting for the cycle, which was pretty wild. The Phillies expressed their displeasure with All-Star selections and said that basically two of their pitchers who were not selected should have been selected in place of this Jacob Mizorowski. Also, Aaron Judge became the fastest player to reach 350 home runs, and Ohtani pitched 3 scoreless innings for the Dodgers yesterday, which was pretty impressive to see him in his 3rd start back.
Yeah. He's pitching great.
So lots of cool news there.
Aaron Judge is crushing it this year. And what I will say about Paul Skeens is amazing. He's got something like a 1 point something ERA, and he's 1 for 13 starts. And that's unheard of. I don't think that's ever happened before. Somebody who's pitching so well and his team's not winning.
Absolutely.
And that's just so sad for him because he's getting no help at all.
It's true. He's still pitching
great. Run, he's probably going to lose.
You know what's going to end up happening? He's going to end up probably getting shipped at the trade deadline, which is coming up here in about 3 weeks. Yeah, I think
they'd be out of their mind to let him go because he's the only reason you would go to that ballpark.
It's true.
This year.
So the futures game, which is usually the minor league players, usually single A, double A type players. 19-year-old Jose DePaula of the Dodgers was named MVP of the All-Star Futures game. This happened yesterday. Does it surprise you that a kid out of the Dodgers farm system would win the MVP of this game?
Not even a little bit.
We talked about how great their farm system is, and yet they keep sprouting these stars all over the place. I don't know how.
I talked about it in our baseball series that the Dodgers believe every spot in their entire organization is valuable.
Yep.
The secretaries, the ball boys, the administrative people, the accountants, they want the best of every possible person in each spot, and they're always looking to upgrade everywhere.
And they're so good at developing
farm system and developing. And
they're so good at developing these young guys. They treat them so well. They're really good at bringing them up. They get them.
But they're not just developers. They do developing on one side, and they go out and get crazy free agent contracts on the other. Most teams do one or the other. They do both, and that's why they're so good. They not only develop, but they think every roster spot is valuable, and they're willing to go buy veterans. So they're like the Yankees and the Astros combined or something like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Or like a super team.
Some other big performances on Saturday. Brent Rooker had a go-ahead 2-run homer for the A's, and Mike Trout drove in 4 runs for the Angels. Mike Trout all of a sudden is really heating up, so he might have a really big second half. And then the home run derby, Ronald Acuna Jr. was going to participate, but he just dropped out for slight injury reasons. And Matt Olson's going to replace him, both of them being Braves players. So pretty interesting there. And then as we pass the 90-game mark, this is a guy who's an analyst. He said his team for the first half isn't the well-rounded Detroit Tigers. His team is not the explosive Chicago Cubs or Ohtani's Los Angeles Dodgers, but his team is the one that most baseball teams love to hate, and that's the Houston Astros. He thinks they're the best team at the break. So interesting that he said that. I wouldn't have picked them probably, but obviously they're leading their division and playing really well.
The Astros and the Dodgers are always good. And then there's other teams that come up for a few years and then go back down again.
Right.
But they stay good, you know? I mean, who'd have thought the Braves would be this bad?
Well, his comment here is really a true one. They lost their 2 best players from last season, and they're crushing their division still. It's just
they develop players. They develop
players. Yeah. So they feel a little bit like the Patriots, and so do the Dodgers. Just the way, those teams, those dynasty teams, they let guys go right before their big contracts, and they bring guys up from the farm system, and they're just as good or better, that kind of thing. So this was interesting. White Sox great Konerko, who was an All-Pro, and he's just been named to the Hall of Fame, got the gift of his jersey signed by Pope Leo, who's the new Pope, who's a big White Sox fan. So what a cool thing that would be to have your jersey signed by the Pope, who's a big White Sox
fan.
That'd be insane. Yeah. Pretty cool. And then this is interesting. Garrett Crotchet for the Red Sox on Saturday got a complete game shutout, and that has led to their 9th straight win, which has capped off an impressive first half for Crotchet. He's been a really incredible pitcher for the Red Sox. I have noticed, Robbie, that both in the American and National League, there's a bunch of guys you could consider for Cy Young this year. There's literally like 10 guys that are pitching that well. But I don't know how they're going to make the decision at the end of the year. There's so many pitchers that are really playing well this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of good pitching going on.
So Aaron Judge, first player in MLB's history to hit 33 or more home runs before the All-Star break in 3 different seasons. So he's not just great anymore, he's now consistently great. And that's what really makes like a Hall of Famer.
He's the best hitter in baseball.
Yeah. When you're doing it in multiple seasons, 33 home runs before the break, that's insane.
Yeah.
So Cal Raleigh is the hottest hitter in baseball this year so far. He's making headlines as he closes in on Barry Bonds' record for most home runs before the All-Star break. He's hit 38 right now, and the most ever was Barry Bonds' 39. He also tied Ken Griffey Jr.'s franchise record for the most multi-homer games in a season with 8 for the Seattle Mariners. So this guy is just tearing the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
38 home runs at the break. It's just bonkers.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh. Nobody's heard of the guy before. He's the hottest hitter in baseball this year. Pretty cool. I'm going to be kind of watching him the second half of the year, see what he does.
I'm rooting for him.
Me too. Really cool to watch. So let's look at the American League All-Star rosters. So Cal Raleigh, who I was just talking about, is going to be the catcher for the American League. You got Vladimir Guerrero. You got Torres, Caminero for Tampa Bay, Jacob Wilson, Aaron Judge, Riley Green, Javier Baez, and Ryan O'Hearn from Baltimore as the DH.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your starting lineup. A lot of great players on the reserves as well, as you can see there. A lot of really great players.
Yeah.
Including Byron Buxton, who we just mentioned from Minnesota, is having a huge year, and Brent Rooker. And then your starting pitchers, you got Hunter Brown, Chris Bubic, Garrett Crochet, we just talked about. It's having a great year. Max Fried has been good for a long time. DeGrom. This guy, Brian Wu for Seattle, has been having a great year. So any thoughts about the American League All-Stars?
I mean, it's a nice combination of some new names and quite a large amount of pitchers.
I know.
That's wild.
I know.
I like how baseball does their All-Star game.
It's interesting. They give basically everybody an inning. It's the way they do it. So everybody gets in.
Yeah, and I guess some people get moved to being relievers and stuff that are normally, tremendous starter.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty darn good American League team right there.
Yeah, it's loaded.
Yeah, it really is. Looking at the National League, I think it's even more loaded. You got Will Smith.
Yeah, I think so.
You got Freddie Freeman, both of those from the Dodgers. Manny Machado, San Diego. Lindor, Acuna Jr. You got Kyle Tucker, and you got Shohei Ohtani as the DH.
Yeah,
in reserve, you got Hunter Goodman and Pete Alonso and De La Cruz, who a lot of people think is one of the most up-and-coming players in baseball right now, Ellie De La Cruz.
I think he's the most exciting player in baseball.
He's just so exciting. He is. Brendan Donovan, Matt Olson's a great player. Tatis Jr., who's with San Diego now, used to be with Atlanta. James Wood, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, this is a fantastic lineup. Yeah. That reserves team could beat almost any team. And then your starters, you got Andrew Abbott from Virginia. Really happy to see him made it this year. for Cincinnati.
Nice.
It was exciting. Clayton Kershaw. You got Mizorowski, that really good pitcher from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Peterson, Chris Sale. He's been really good for a while now. Paul Skeens made it, of course.
Skeens, even though he's 1 for 13 in starts.
He's having a great year, and he's a great pitcher. So
He is.
Zach Wheeler, and then this guy for Dodgers who's really come on this year, Yamamoto, who they got out of the Japanese farm system. So thoughts about the National League team? That's pretty loaded.
This is going to be a good matchup.
He really is. Pretty cool that they play for who's going to host the World Series Game 7. So
I said, I really like the way Major League Baseball does their All-Star weekend, you know?
Yeah, you got the home run derby, you got the skills contest, you got the legend game, you got the up
and all their best players participate. It's not like they all bail out, you know?
I don't know why the NFL league can't get back to this type of thing. I don't understand.
I don't know, yeah.
They're
doing two-hand touch football and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm excited to watch. We got the home run derby on Monday night and the skills contest on Tuesday afternoon, and then the actual game itself on Tuesday evening. So it'll be fun to watch. Looking at some NFL news, this was pretty interesting. Year 7 on the way for Kyler Murray. No accolades or a single memorable moment in his career. I'm not sure that's completely true, but what's your evaluation of Kyler Murray going into year 7? You know, he's a number 1 pick. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. Where would you say his career is now? Where is it headed? Is he ever going to win anything? Is he just with a bad franchise?
I think he went to the wrong franchise. I think that he was lazy and not extremely driven in his first couple of seasons. But as a rookie, you kind of get a lot of excuses made for you. And then when that contract came down that had provisions in it that he had to study film and everything, it came out that he was really not a hardworking quarterback. And I think the last 2 seasons, he's actually sort of righted the ship. And he got humbled so hard that I think – but the problem now is he doesn't have enough talent around him.
I know.
And the organization doesn't help him. So
doesn't it feel like he's kind of like Matthew Stafford, who was stuck in Detroit for 13 years? You know, just
but Matthew Stafford's one of the hardest workers. I know. Yeah, I think he's coming out of the shadows of the disappointment of the early part of his career, and he's trying to resurrect himself. And I think he's done a lot of good work.
Do you think if Kyler Murray could get a start somewhere else, like let's say Matthew Stafford retires and he goes to LA?
Yeah.
Something like that. Do you think that could resurrect his career? Because it just feels like he's kind of stuck right now, you know?
No question it would benefit him.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is one guy who could really do with a change of scene.
Yeah. I think he's in the wrong organization to maximize his talents.
Somebody was saying he was a Russell Wilson who could run, and I'm like, I don't think so. Russell Wilson's a way better thrower than Kyler Murray. He's a way better runner than Russell Wilson. I don't think they're the same player at all.
He's extremely slippery as a runner.
Russell Wilson's a much better thrower than Kyler Murray.
I agree.
So,
at least he was. I think his arm's really struggling now.
This was the funniest meme I've seen in a long time. Of course, I despise the Cowboys. The only way Dak will ever win a ring.
Yeah.
What do you think of that one?
Yes. I don't think Cowboy fans are going to like that much.
They're not going to like that much. But, I mean, he's a $65 million guy. And I actually think he's actually a good person.
He's decent. No, he's a good person.
I don't dislike Dak, personally. I really don't.
Mm.
I just think it's a bad situation for him, too. I think
it's a terrible contract. His team is hurt by his contract.
There's too much pressure there, too. He tries to handle it, but there's a lot of pressure in Dallas. So this was funny. The 2025 Steelers are a retirement home.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Cam Hayward, Darius Slay, Robert Woods, Cam Johnston.
That's where all the old veterans go to finish their career.
So do you think that's what they are? They're kind of like one of the Raiders, or like, you know, one of those teams that has all the guys finish off their career there and they're all in their 30s and are all old, or do you think that these guys
I
still
think
have something in the tank?
this way, the way this team is constructed, yes, but I don't know that that's just always true of the Steelers or anything. But yeah, there's a lot of veterans on this team. I'm not sure this is how you want to build a team.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of injuries happening, and it's not going to be a surprise.
A lot of injuries. I don't know. Some of these guys still have quite a bit in the tank. I mean, Jonnu Smith, you saw what he did for Miami last year. TJ
Well,
Watt
I
is
hated to see him
still
leave
playing.
my Dolphins, but
TJ Watt's still playing fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
he's one of the best players on
the
defense.
problem is veterans tend to break down more easily. They get injured more easily, and their rehab is longer. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of these guys who are good go out for longer than they should and be holding a clipboard, and their replacement is going to be a rookie who's on a rookie deal who is overwhelmed, and I just think that you don't want to build a team with this many veterans on it.
True.
You need a few to keep all the young guys in line, but you don't want your majority of your leaders to all be old.
That's right.
Because you're going to have a lot of those leaders off the field much of the season.
I do think you'll see a lot of injuries with Pittsburgh this year. I agree with you. So this next one was interesting, and I think you agree with this. Other than our guy, you are the best in the business. And that, of course, is from Spags, who's maybe the best defensive coordinator in football with the Chiefs. And he has that much respect for Joe Burrow that he's the number 2 guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan. I almost always have him on my fantasy team.
So you don't disagree with Spags?
No, Burrow's awesome. If he had more of a team around him, he would have a lot more wins, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think that I really like that mad respect that he has for this other AFC player. So must be maddening to play against him. So this is pretty funny. Apparently there's a whole Gardner Minshew meme factory out there because all 4 of these are really funny. There's apparently like a bunch of fans that just like think he's some kind of god or something. So the one on the left there, when Gardner Minshew left for college, he told his dad, "You're the man of the house now." And then there's this one, when Gardner Minshew does push-ups, he doesn't push himself up, he pushes the earth down. When Gardner Minshew crosses the street, cars look both ways for him. And when Chuck Norris goes to bed at night, he checks under his bed for Gardner Minshew. So what do you think about the ball?
He's a popular player. There's sort of folklore starting to form about this guy.
It's like a mystique, right? He's got a little bit of a mystique.
He kind of reminds me of Ryan Fitzpatrick.
A little bit like that,
You start to get a lore about you.
It's the mustache. It's the bandana, the way he wears it, kind of like Chuck Norris. I don't know what it is.
He's a gunslinger, and he's kind of.
Would you want him on your roster for that reason? Because he'd be much more popular than the starting quarterback, especially after a loss, right?
Yeah, because I think you watch him play 1 or 2 games, and you realize why he's the backup.
But he's not a bad backup.
He's okay as a backup.
Honest, he's not terrible as a backup. He can win you a game or 2.
He's almost good enough, though, to think you can get rid of your starter and be okay, and you're really not.
The Raiders did that last year, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it's not a good way to go.
No, but I just wanted to get your take on why is there this mystique around him now?
I don't know. There's a lore forming. It's a lot branding, and it's funny marketing for.
He pushes the earth down.
Yeah, it's silly.
Pretty funny. So this is pretty interesting. You tell me what you think. If NFL logos were honest, and you guys drop us a comment if you agree with any of these. You ready? Here we go. The Patriots with their little camera filming practice of the other team. This is if NFL logos were honest. The Arizona Cardinals.
Not good.
That is a doornail. The poopy Browns.
Yeah.
You got the terrible towels. They're just terrible. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they were pitiful on offense last year.
You got the Cincinnati Bengals that are a doormat or a rug, rug, a doormat. You got the Falcons that are an F- on the scorecard.
Oh, man.
That's pretty bad. This is the one that's painful. You ready for this one? The Hello Kitty cats. Oh,
The
that's
panda.
painful for me. Oh, it's brutal. That
Mhm.
hurts. The LA doesn't want us Chargers.
It's true.
You got the Raiders, and you got a crying Michael Jordan behind the mask, crying because they're always losing.
Boy, they're disappointing.
You got Kansas City, that's just W. They just win.
Mm-hmm.
The Kansas City W's. You got Dallas, which is only 1 star.
Oh man,
That's pretty
savage.
brutal.
That
What do
is.
you think of
I like that one.
that? The Green Bay, that's the stinky, rotten cheese with flies
Yeah.
all over it. You got crying Minnesota because they always choke in the playoffs.
Yeah, they really have a rough ride in the playoffs.
Always crying. You got the Bears that are just sad.
They're pitiful.
They never win.
People were talking
This-
about them for Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, that's right. This one I don't understand. The Dolphins with a big tank on there. Like, let's try to figure that one out.
Tank for Tua, I think.
Is it tank for Tua? Okay.
Oh.
Tank for Tua. All right. You got the New York Jokes. Jokes. You got the loser Titans, Tennessee
Yeah.
losers.
They're not in good shape.
And you got the Texans going, don't. So any of these you agree with, disagree with, you would change
No, those are pretty good.
if NFL logos were honest. I don't know about the Carolina Panther one. I don't agree with that. We always have a fearsome defense, or at least usually.
The last 2 years have been pretty bad.
Yeah,
Pretty bad.
not too good. Kansas City W's.
Promising.
Most of these are true, though. I mean, there's some truth in all of these.
Yeah.
You can't really deny.
I mean, I don't think the Steelers are terrible. They just don't have good offense.
Yeah. They're disappointing, too. I mean, they'd be crying like the Vikings.
And
When they
Green
do get in
Bay's
the playoffs.
decent. I don't know about if they're stinky cheese.
Stinky cheese, yeah.
Anyway, they're pretty funny.
Pretty funny. Drop us a comment, guys. Which of these do you agree with, disagree with? What do you like here? Some other news. You got DeAndre Ayton says he has not gotten a text yet from LeBron, but he has from Luka. And you're talking about 10 days later. He's really flummoxed as to why LeBron wouldn't reach out to him. He's his new center. So it's just another sign for fans that LeBron's kind of checked out right now. Is there anything else you read into that?
I'm sure it's a complicated matter behind the scenes. It's obviously not ideal to have your star player not communicating with your incoming center.
Isn't he supposed to be a leader? You know, like when you're a leader.
Yeah,
you-
he should be reaching out. Yeah.
Not good.
It's not ideal.
Yeah. Or is it his way of saying he's unhappy to management? I don't know.
Or maybe we're over analyzing, something that
But I mean, Aiton's clearly heard about it. I mean, this is their best player of all time, or one of them, So this was pretty interesting. Reggie Bush was legendary. Cam Newton was legendary. Travis Hunter was legendary. But Jeremiah Smith is going to be the greatest player in college football history. This is what Sam Block says. You think there's any chance of that happening? Is he that good?
Is there a chance? Yes.
This is the kind of receiver, he could win a Heisman, couldn't he? I mean, he's that good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He could possibly
He
win a
could.
Heisman.
But also the hype machine is on full tilt. I'm not sure that you can really predict somebody not getting double teams, and there's ways you can stifle a great wide receiver if you're on it hard enough. It's like a batter that you pitch around or you walk on purpose.
But against the average DB in the Big Ten, he's just going to absolutely torch them from like Iowa or like.
But now that he's a known commodity, how much single coverage is he going to get?
You have to game plan for him. I mean, you just have to.
They're going to know where he is at all times.
Yeah.
And they're going to know that Ohio State's going to try and get him the ball.
You're going to roll a safety over. You're going to roll a linebacker over. You're going to bracket him. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Greatest player of all time? I don't know. I mean, he's had a great
That's really hard. I don't think you can predict that in advance.
Yeah. I do think he'll have a really good year, though. I just don't see him not having, unless he gets hurt. So
We'll see.
let's watch him, see how he does. So this is Cal Rowley, who we were just talking about earlier, that he was so close to breaking the Barry Bonds record. They have 2 more games before the break, and history could be broken. So everyone's kind of hoping that he gets there. We talked about him, that we're really be rooting for him that he gets it. And if he doesn't in the second half, gets to the magic, I think, what is it, 72? So we shall see. The 4-point line is possible next season, according to Adam Silver from the NBA. This is something that you and I both agree is not a good thing.
It's going in the wrong direction.
What's your take about this one?
It'll just be higher scoring. I don't think you need more points in basketball.
It'll be higher scoring, and it'll be even less visually pleasing. You're just going to see a bunch of guys trying to jack it up from way out.
Bombing from way outside.
And getting 25%,
Yeah, it's
25% from the field. Yeah.
Remember, all of us sitting on our couch at home can go out and hit shots from way out. What we can't do is take off from the foul line and reverse jam it. We want to see athleticism. We don't want to see this skill of shooting the ball where there might be somebody who shoots slightly better percentage than the guy off the couch, but both can shoot those shots eventually. I don't know. We want to see athleticism, and I think this. I
thought he was listening to the feedback. They had all that feedback about the 3-pointer is killing the game and all that kind of stuff. And in a couple of interviews, he seemed to indicate he understood, and he understood the complaints and the criticism. And this is how he responds. I just don't understand.
Well, I think the players want a 4-point line because they want to score more points, because a lot of their contracts are associated with incentives like that. So that might be something that he's listening to, is the players want. But you don't always give people exactly what they want when your customer is screaming the opposite. So
if it destroys the game, then yeah.
You're
just going to have a bunch of Steph Currys if you do that.
Yeah, I don't think and that'll hurt the league. You're going to see lower viewership and lower ratings.
So this is what we were talking about earlier. The past are the players that have just retired to the left, and then Sinner and Alcaraz are the present, being number 1 and number 2. So
very exciting.
As we said, it's cool to watch these sports as they kind of move over from one dynasty to the next. Whatever sport
it's a new era. It's a new era.
Yeah. Yeah, these players are exciting. So this was interesting. Ravens running back Derrick Henry spends $250,000 per year on body maintenance. No fried food, no dairy, no gluten, no artificial sugars, and he doesn't eat till 4 or 5 p.m. during the season. And you talked about this the year that you lost all the weight, that you weren't eating till 4 p.m. every day.
Yeah.
So does that work? And why do you think he's gone to that during the season? The don't eat till 4 or 5.
Well, I've seen his workouts, so I cannot relate to that at all. He obviously needs a lot of fuel.
But no fried food, no dairy, no gluten.
Running zigzags straight up hills and stuff with carrying tires and all this. Like, his workouts are insane. I can't advise him on any kind of, dietary decision making, but I'm not surprised that he puts a lot of money into his body based on how he works out. And I'm also not surprised that he does have special diet that he adheres to, so that he can have the longevity that most running backs only dream of. He seems like he's almost getting better, and he's 30, whatever.
The $250,000 a year did not shock me at all. If they were trying to say that was a shocking amount of money, I don't think it is. There's a lot of athletes like Tom Brady has been spending over $1 million a year on his body for a long time.
Yeah.
So but what did shock me was some of these, mind-blowing diet things that he does, especially the not eat till 4 or 5, and it must work. I mean, obviously he's getting results out of it. So
I guess, he's a specimen. So I don't know. What if he ate really healthy and more frequent meals? I don't know.
The no fried food, I definitely understand. The no sugars, I definitely understand. Those are things you wouldn't want, especially during the season. really interesting to see what he's doing to stay in shape. So here's our two-part question for the week, guys. The first one is, who will win the MLB Home Run Derby tomorrow night? You got Matt Olson, Cal Raleigh is the hottest hitter in baseball this year, James Wood, Byron Buxton, O'Neill Cruz, Junior Caminero, Brent Rooker, and Jazz Chisholm from the Yankees. So those are your 8 entrants into the MLB Home Run Derby. So, Robbie, who you got?
Let's go Cal Raleigh.
I'm going to go Cal Raleigh as well. I think
Are
he's
you?
hitting that well. Yeah, he's just fantastic.
He's seeing the ball well. Who knows?
Yeah, I really, really like him a lot. Number 2, who might give him a challenge, is Byron Buxton. I think he's having a fantastic year, playing really well for the Twins. He's hit a lot of really clutch home runs this year. So, guys, drop us a comment. Who do you think is going to win the Home Run Derby tomorrow night? Question 2, which MLB team that got an F in the mid grades will surprise after the All-Star break? All 3 of these teams got an F, according to baseball.com, at the All-Star break. Which of these F teams is going to have the best second half? Robbie?
It's got to be the Orioles.
I think so.
Are coming up a little bit, starting to see
They've
some
been-
flashes from their pitching, and they have a sick lineup. They just need to play a little better and more consistently. I think they're starting to get some wins now. They won a doubleheader. Was it yesterday or day before?
Doubleheader. They've had 2 out of the last 3 have been sweeps. So,
Yeah, so they're starting to turn a corner and be very competitive now, which that's what you'd expect from this team. The reason they got Fs is because the expectations were high and they were underachieving. But now it seems like they're starting to get it. And I wouldn't bet the house on it, but I do think that they're showing promise of living up to the potential that they have, which is much higher than all the other teams.
I think my Orioles have the best roster of the 3, and I think they have the best hitting lineup of the 3, and I think they're the best positioned right now to possibly make a run at a wild card. So I'm going to say the Orioles. They have the best lineup. They really should not be where they are right now.
They should not be as bad as they've been.
They've had a very disappointing first half. There's no question about it. So drop us a comment, guys. Which of these 3 teams are going to surprise after the All-Star break? So over to the mailbag segment, Robbie. Before we start, I got this really cool graphic that I sent to you that I wanted to show the people after our big Norway episode last week. Norway's building the world's deepest and longest underwater road tunnel, and we went through some really cool ones in our trip over there. They're spending $2 billion on it, enabling cars to drive 1,300 feet beneath the sea, and it's going to be glass, so you can actually see what's going on inside. It's going to be really cool.
That's cool.
What are your thoughts about that new tunnel that's coming?
Well, I'm not surprised. The engineering that I saw over there was fascinating. They tunneled through a lot of those fjord mountains, and we were going through tunnels constantly. So that's cool to see, and I want to drive through that one day when it's built.
Yeah, absolutely. My other post here is I just want to thank everybody for the incredible response to our Norway episode. We were really proud of it. And we got 61,291 views so far, and racking up even more. So, guys, thank you so much for the response to that. We really appreciate it. And
it was an amazing trip. It was an amazing trip. It was fun putting the episode together and then getting good response has felt really good. I love revisiting it. I'll sit and watch it sometimes, and it's been great.
And I picked the funniest picture I could find out of that episode to post it right there. So
He's always got a goofy picture of me. That one's decent, I guess. Okay, well, let's do the mailbag. They are all Norway related, so that's cool. So first one, great job capturing Norway's natural beauty, from Hang Fam.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for that comment. And we did our best to do that. Like we said several times in the podcast, we couldn't really capture it perfectly, that you could never get the full beauty in a picture or in a video, but we did our best. So
yeah, as very, very amateur photographers, we did our best. I think we selected pretty good photos for it, but we're very amateur when it comes to the lighting and all those things when we're on the move. So we did our best and appreciate the positive feedback, and we will continue to strive to bring better and better photos. Next one, loved seeing your journey from start to end at Armando Ratain.
Oh,
Journey
thanks.
from start to end.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully it inspires you to want to go travel to Norway one day. That was one of the things we were trying to do, is not just bring it to you end to end, but also inspire all you guys to want to go.
It really is something that we try to do with our travel segments, is try to inspire people to at least think about travel. We've been traveling our whole lives, and we feel passionate about it. And so we want that to come through in our episodes, and we want to try and ignite something in someone. Maybe it'll be they'll want to go see the country that we've seen, or maybe they have something on their bucket list, and it'll just be that little nudge to get them to go make the phone call and book the tickets. We want people to travel, and we want them to give us feedback on our episodes and to maybe make their own episode in their head, or their incredible journey that world travel does, and seeing different cultures. We want that to come through in our episodes. We want you guys out there to go to new places, and we want to inspire that a little bit if possible.
Completely agree.
All right. Next one is, the lighting and colors in your photos are perfect. Raymond Unger. I don't know about perfect, but we appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Raymond. And we did the best we could. As we mentioned to you in the episode, Rob's camera is a little bit better since it's a Samsung, has more pixels. But again, we did the best we could, and try to bring the best ones in the episode to you.
Yeah. Last one. Watching this made me want to book a flight now. Toyola Viet. So that's exactly what we're talking about.
Well, then we nailed it with you, Toyola. So thank you for that. And definitely drop us a comment later if you do go, and tell us how it was.
And also let us know what your bucket list has on it. If there's a good location that you think we should check out, drop it in a comment. Tell us, go check out this part of the world. Go check out this country. Go see this site. We want suggestions. We want to hear great places you've been, and suggestions that you have for us to send the Sports Guyz, and keep us have the burning desire to go somewhere cool that's new.
Yeah, drop us a comment, guys, if there's a place you really think we should go and do a podcast on. I mean, we have some ideas for 2026 already, but drop us a comment and we can maybe work it in or find a way to plan it. So
we're always coming up with new possible episodes. When we were in Myrtle Beach, we came up with some. We've been talking about some new travel destinations. So we have quite a list already forming, but we're always looking for that one that jumps to the top of the list because it really resonated.
Absolutely.
And that's our mailbag.
Thank you, guys. There's a lot of great ones there. So, Robbie, final comments as we close out Myrtle Beach. We both go back to work tomorrow. We had this really exciting weekend of sports. We have kind of a little bit of a dead zone coming up here until NFL training camp. So we have some really cool programs planned for you guys for this dead zone period. So be looking for those. Are coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Any other?
Little light on the sports calendar for sure, but there's always some cool stuff going. And maybe it's an opportunity for us to look in new directions while we're buying some time. We definitely have some cool episodes planned, and we've come up with some really cool new ideas that we're going to be sharing with you in the future. But until then, stay with us, keep the ideas rolling in, and thanks for all the support. We really appreciate it.
Definitely like this video, subscribe to the channel as you always do. You guys have been supporting us all the way through, and we really appreciate it. And be looking for our next couple episodes, which are coming your way.
Yeah.
Have a great night, and we'll see you next time on the Sports Guyz.
See you soon.
See you guys.
Sports, food, travel, and life. Sports Guyz deliver with no strife. Check out the